Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. A little while ago, for Valentine's Day weekend to be exact, we went on a food adventure to check out two incredible spots in town, a cozy local gastropub and a fine dining restaurant that even made it to the Michelin Guide. Fancy, right? So let's dig in to see what we ate at these places. First up is the Wildmoor Oak Gastropub. This place has been gaining some buzz lately after its big revamp, so we had to check it out. The vibe of this place is rustic yet modern. When we got there, it was raining and pretty dark outside, so we didn't get a chance to take a lot of pictures of the location. But here's a look at some of the shots from their Instagram, and yep, the place looks just like this. Warm lighting, wooden accents, and that classic pub charm makes it a cute little spot. To start things off, I ordered a cranberry mojito, which was refreshing and zesty. For starters, we went for the brown onion soup with cheesy bread, and let me tell you, this was a warm hug in a bowl. Rich, creamy, and full of flavors. Perfect comfort food for a rainy day. Then for the mains, I ordered the butternut squash and cremata Wellington, which comes with gravy and greens. Now I wasn't sure what to expect, but this dish blew me away. The pastry was buttery and flaky, the butternut squash was beautifully seasoned and tender, and the gravy was delicious. A tad on the watery side, maybe that was intentional, I don't know. And the potatoes were standard, maybe that could be skipped as well. Either way, the Wellington was delicious. We also ordered the Aubrey Allen British steak burger. Oh my god, look at that. And here's the surf and turf steak and prawns sharing platter. These dishes were also really tasty and flavorful. Now coming to the dessert, we went for the sharing dessert platter, and honestly, this was the best decision ever. We got the rhubarb and white chocolate parfait with rhubarb compote, and then in the middle is the peach melba pavlova with toasted almonds and chocolate brownies. This was gone in seconds, and it hit the right spot. After stuffing our faces with all this deliciousness, we rate this place a 8 out of 10. The next stop is Lasan. This restaurant is a super popular place in the city and was also featured in the Michelin Guide in 2018. So we definitely wanted to try it out. Here's how the place looks like from the inside. Pretty chic, right? It kind of reminded me of the Medicine Bakery, the mailbox location, but with the desi touch. Now let's talk about food. For drinks, we got mango juice and a cobra beer. For starters, we ordered the pakora selection and kasturi chicken. Portion-wise, a bit disappointing, but taste-wise, pretty good. The kasturi chicken was juicy, well-seasoned, and cooked perfectly. As for the pakora selection, well, selection might be a bit of a stretch. It came with 2 onion pakoras and 1 potato and cheese pakora. They were tasty, but for the price, it definitely felt overpriced for the quantity. For the main course, we each got our own pot of biryani. I know it sounds crazy, right? In India, meals are usually shared because it's a part of the culture to share with family and try multiple dishes. So it always surprises me to see Indian food served in single portions. Coming back to the biryani, my husband got the goat biryani and I went for the chicken substitute biryani. Before you come at me, let me explain. I find goat and lamb to be a bit gamey, so I usually avoid them unless they are packed with bold spices, like in a sheikh kebab. But I always make sure to give it a try just in case I change my mind. So when I tasted the goat biryani, I found the rice to be flavorful, but the meat was still too gamey for me, so I skipped it. My husband though, he really liked it. Now for my chicken substitute biryani. I know it's not the same, but hear me out. That day, I really wanted biryani, but they didn't have a chicken option, and I wasn't in the mood for the usual tikka masala or butter chicken, so I went for the chicken substitute instead. Texture-wise, it was just like chicken, but not quite. It soaked up all the biryani masala really well, making it super tasty. I think it was made from soy, but I might be wrong. Overall, the biryanis were good, definitely not as spicy as an authentic one, but still flavorful enough to spark your curiosity about Indian cuisine. Along with the biryani, we also ordered garlic naan and dal makhani. The naan was soft and warm and tasty, and dal makhani was simple, mild and creamy. I've had better ones elsewhere. Now on to the star of the show. There was the dessert. We shared the beetroot halwa and wow, it was presented so beautifully and it tasted even better. The halwa had a nice rich texture, slightly rosy and milky flavor. I'm sure they used mawa to make that halwa and it was just beautiful. The final verdict, this place has great ambience and beautifully presented food. While the flavors are milder and more suited to a western palate, this experience is still enjoyable. If you're looking for authentic, spice-packed Indian food, this might not be the place for you. But if you're after a fancy Indian-inspired dinner with a modern twist, you've hit the jackpot. We give this place a 8 out of 10. If you've been to any of these places or have any recommendations, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments down below. Until then, see you next time.